Well, dude, I think that's all the monsters we're going to find around here. Let's get back to the Ark. Now, which way was it? Huh, if we go back through the cave where we splatted that shadowy goon and head south. I think I remember now. Okay, I'm a navigator again. So just follow my directions. First, slop the cave. First slop elsewhere for reasons. Oh god, clown car. Yeah, there's this area up here that I haven't, like, peeked at yet. And it seems like it's largely ringed in eternal darkness, but... not entirely? Woo, look at that! Okay. Well, this looks pretty rad. It doesn't look like there's anything actually here for me to immediately explore. I mean, maybe there is. Anyway, can I just warp back? No. It will not let me warp back. Okay. Wonder stop sequence breaking. Never! Someday I will play Morrowind and sequence break my way all the way to the end. Because that's what I do. Okay, boss room. Yeah, I can see that. You know, at first I was having trouble driving this thing. I'm pretty good. How are they going to stay on this when we go through the vortex gulch? Because like that was hard to drive through. And dangerous. Maybe it's not as dangerous this time around. Actually, it looks like Vortex Gulch is straight up just non-existent.
So this is your Ark. Mind if I have a sneaky snoop around?
Welcome to my half-built spaceship. Actually, it's only a third. Well, have you guys been making food for me? Sweet. I would like more food. Have meat. And have the spaghetti. Should probably use the seed of life over here. Oh, no. God damn it. I put it away instead of using it. There we go.
So this is your Ark, eh? You must have worked your fingers to the bone to build the thing. You know, after I fell into the void before,
Bleep, activating greeting protocol. Griswold, you are alive. Welcome back.
Well, look who it is. Noah and Grenville. You two are certainly a sight for sore sockets.
It thought that applies to see you. I thought we lost you for good.
Sabadi, it has been a while. How do you fare? I fare as well as you. I'm here because of the Builder. The story is quite fascinating. One heresy after the next. Yet he claims to count the Master as a personal friend. Quite. Did he also tell you that he's aware this world is an illusion? Not that it matters. Everything will be destroyed. First our world, then his. However, since I met Dude, I've begun to question my own beliefs. I can no longer say for certain that destruction is the right path. Then we must forge a new one. I and my disciples shall join your crew. I look forward to seeing what course our young builder embarks upon. A whole bunch of people join the Ark. It's becoming kind of crowded. This might actually be the highest population town I've had all game. No. Last chapter definitely had more people. They were just smaller and more organized. And had less limbs. And weaponry. Dude, you have done exceedingly well in rounding up more monsters for the Ark. Zabadi tells me you even acquired building materials at the Court of Chaos. Now, monsters, lend me your ears if we are to escape destruction on Doomsday. You must all do your duty. You must help us build this Ark.
What are you trying to say? No one's ever told me nothing about no building. We're members of the Children of Hargon. We destroy things. I ain't gonna be a no builder, Gorit.
Put a sock in it, you big bone beefcake. You can either help, dude, or jog on. Live or die. It's your choice.
What is it, dude? Do you have something to say?
Yes, he does. He wants to find his friend. You still haven't answered his question. One more slime. Do you know where Malroth is?
I cannot say with any great certainty, but I expect the Master of Destruction may be found within the walls of Hargon's castle.
Eek, eek, eek. That's Hargon's castle over there, isn't it?
That is Hargon's castle. It was right in front of my eyes the whole time. How did I not realize? I know not how it came to be there. Could this be the Master of Destruction's formidable power at work?
Eek, eek. I wouldn't try going over there on a wing and a prayer if I were you. Your buggy hasn't even got any wings.
Even if we had the means to fly, the castle is surrounded by powerful vortexes. Not to mention a magical barrier. How we might break through is anyone's guess.
So we think we might know where Malroth is, but that information's not much use to us. Solving one problem's only dredged up a handful more.
Bleep, bleep. Congratulations, dude. You have acquired new data pertaining to your friend's expected coordinates.
That's right. We still have plenty of sticky problems on our way. Like how to get to that floating island and how to break through the unbreakable barrier surrounding it.
Engage self-calming procedure, Aristotle. We can upgrade the buggy. We have the technology. Hope has not run out.
Let's think about that later. What we need now is another blueprint.
Affirmative. We have more monsters than ever before. We must introduce the newcomers to the basics of building. It is time to generate another blueprint, dude. Which section of the Ark will you focus on this time? The outer walls and the undercarriage. Input approved. Once these sections are finished, the Ark will begin to resemble its final structure.
Building the outer walls should be easy enough, but the undercarriage seems a little tricky. Surely you can't expect us to lift the Ark off the ground.
You can leave that to us. All we have to do is dig down and make a space. If there's anything we're good at, it's smashing stuff. That's a great idea. Come on, everyone. Let's clear the rocks away so we can start work on the Ark's underside. My wall. They're busting up my wall.
Who is pinging me? Oh, sweet Bessie, what is going on? Oh. Okay.
Alright, we're clear down below. That's one bone of contention out of the way. Easy enough when we all work together, eh?
Bleep, bleep, affirmative. Blocks obstructing undercarriage construction cleared. Dude, everything is ready for you to draw the next blueprint, commencing in 5, 4, 3.
Gooey! Let me see, let me see. Okay. Wow! Hi! Holy butts! They're not messing around with this thing. Look at this. Before this chapter's over, I'm gonna make a blueprint of this, probably. And we're gonna, like, keep it. And then remake it on the, Isle Awakening, probably. It's tremendous! The arc's really coming together. But what's going on with the undercarriage? I can't see very well from here. Well, of course you can't see from up here, numbskull. The undercarriage is underneath the arc. Bleep, bleep. I calculate that when this blueprint is complete, the arc will be almost fully functional. Ready to begin building, dude. The truth is, while you were busy drafting this blueprint, we prepared a little something to help things run smoothly. Run smoothly, she says. Just an ordinary storage bay, yes. Rather routine, you might think. But what is important is its contents. Affirmative. I built the spaceship wall and iron blocks that have been placed inside.
And I helped by collecting loads and loads of discarded bits of Malroth's body, while you're out searching for the monsters. Being as I'm construction supervisor, I'll do my best to teach the new arrivals all about the basics of building. There's just one favor I want to ask. Can you put any other things we need in the storage bay for us? Like last time? Alright, monsters. Let's get to work building your fuselage and undercarriage. Time is of the essence. Scream!
Let's see. Dragon Quest Builders 3 in space. Dude, I would absolutely love to play a game where you start by building your ship like this. And then you fly around to planets. I mean, honestly, I think it would just be kind of fun to have, like, a mobile ship. With, like, space to build up the facilities inside of it, but you're still going from island to island or planet to planet and whatever. For Dragon Quest Builders. Like, obviously it would be a huge departure and you'd have to do other things, but it would still be cool. I don't know. I love the idea of actually having, like, a permanent facility that you bring with you in one of these. Yeah, 3D Starbound then. Yeah! Except for, instead of going from planet to planet just scanning shit, you have like a more structured plot system like this game has. Like, I love Starbound, but I always found the, I'm not gonna say the plot necessarily was a disappointment, but I did find myself losing interest in just going from planet to planet, just looking at stuff. I have a molten milk ball. Oh. It's like a Butterfinger. Not quite as good, though. But it's close. But, like, I would gladly play another Starbound-like game that was structured slightly closer to Dragon Quest Builders. Because that would be... I don't know, I think it would be really cool. Okay, so we've got teeth and huge horns to try and cook down. We might as well see what we get out of these. If any of it's particularly useful, awesome. If it's not, also awesome. And, like, there's a lot of charm and fun to be had in Starbound. Like, the act of actually exploring is really cool.
It's just most of the time what you're doing is you're just going deep underground and grabbing some materials. And then you're just kind of done. There's a lot of gold, which is interesting. But I would really enjoy a deeper, like, town building aspect to it. Like this or Starbound. Well, like this in Starbound, to kind of give you a reason to do stuff. Same thing actually with Fallout 4. I don't know how many of you guys were around for my many Fallout 4 series. But I always found myself mildly disappointed in the structure of the town building, because most of the time nothing mattered. You know, you would build up your town, but mostly it was just because you could, not because any of it was actually not because any of it actually provided you a tangible benefit. Or if it did, it was only like slight resources or like crafting benches. And I think it would be so much more satisfying if it was just like, here are, say you have Fallout 4, there are 200 unique NPCs to find throughout the entire world, and by bringing them back to your towns, different things could happen. You know, one of them might straight up be a synth, and if you handle him wrong, he just betrays you, but if you handle it correctly, you hook him up with the railroad or whatever, he actually ends up working for you and bringing like a couple of extra synths that you would normally be able to get, and so on and so forth, and do this like really cool like subplot line with a character where you were running the railroad, or you know, you end up working with MIT instead, and it's like you actually double cross all the railroad people, get them all in place in one of your towns, and then turn them all in and stuff like that. Yeah, I lost interest in Fallout 4 once I got to building and found out how pointless it was. I enjoyed it from a modded perspective, because there were some really fun mods that added quite a lot to the games, but on its own, it was boring. Would the synths be better at doing farming and other long-winded manual labor jobs? Yeah, potentially. I mean, you could have like a whole like RPG management thing, almost RimWorld style, too, where every character has their own like strengths and weaknesses, can like level up at certain stuff, and also let's see. I forgot. They've been finding mushrooms to put in this chest. That's hilarious. Okay. Oh, they actually needed those false idols that I stole. Perfect. I guess I can make some more iron blocks and ladders. Okay, is there anything else we need? Nope, probably not. Yeah, Dragon Quest Builders 3, fix every game's problems. I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, they have been. Sort of. Like, I'm not a big fan of Minecraft, or most, like, 3D voxel games, but I'm a huge fan of Dragon Quest Builders. I'm not a big fan of most town builders, but this is pretty freaking satisfying. Like, this series is a really good model for, like, how to make a good sandbox town builder RPG. And I hope people pay attention, because, like, I could see some other creative studios taking this style, running with it, and actually making some pretty great stuff, too.
What a strange contraption you have here, dude. The Ark, you call it. Looks as if it were plucked right out of another world. Did that defective automaton put you up to this? Or did the idea come from that leather-bound tome on your back, perhaps? I beg your pardon, you wish to keep the contents of that book a secret. That only makes me all the more curious. But anyway, on to more pressing matters. I hear you are using the Forbidden Altar to summon forth raw materials. But is this not a large undertaking for a single person? However, if we had a summoning chamber outfitted with the right equipment,
Monsters may be able to do some of the legwork for you. In fact, I imagine the Haven of Hargon's chapel could be converted into a summoning chamber quite easily. First, place a forbidden altar, a storage bay, and an unholy altar in there, to pray for a successful summoning. But one should already be in place. Furthermore, let's furnish the room with a sinister sconce, false idol, so that we do not forget to thank the Master for his bounty. Finally, to place two peculiar pillars inside, the summoning chamber will be complete. Perhaps you pocketed a false idol when you pillaged one of our unholy sites. If not, I'm sure a builder of your ability would be able to make one yourself. For the most part, this game isn't a town builder, but a various cool stuff builder. But it ends up with a pretty cool town at the end, so I don't know. Like, it really does have some pretty substantive town building elements. Even if most of it is unnecessary and leads to nothing, you still end up doing it partly compulsorily, and partly because, why not? Because it's kind of unsatisfying in most chapters, just having a totally, like, podunk town with a bare minimum, at least as far as I'm concerned. I will always generally go out of my way to have a fairly nice-looking area and utilize my space as much as possible. Wow. They have been busy in here. I'm going to take all this stuff back. Okay. I'm not even sure who I was talking to. Anyway, let's just tear all these up. I can't pick half of them up anyway. It's not gonna really work the way I wanted to. Have I ever played Dwarf Fortress? I have! Played it a bunch back in college. I haven't played it since, really, but that's just a matter of time. I did have one particularly insane night where I tried to play Dwarf Fortress's adventure mode, and I think I ended up trying to gnaw, like, a bureaucrat's arm off, and then got killed for it, so... Like, I was wrestling and biting, and then died. That's really all I remember. It was kind of nonsense. I like the idea of Dwarf Fortress, but I would I love the mechanics and whatnot of Dwarf Fortress, but the sacrifice... The visual sacrifice to make it, you know, what it is too much for me. And I know there's mods, and I know there's, like, a bunch of other things. I can just put this here. But the sacrifice of, like, visual quality is kind of rough for me. Yeah, the Steam version will have actual graphics. Yeah, but it's not going to look nearly as nice as this, for example. Like, no matter how much you dress up Dwarf Fortress, it's still going to be kind of ugly. Let's see. Now, we gotta look at this. Oh, I guess we need those evil idols somewhere else. Confusing. Man, they're coming and going in a hurry. Okay, let's grab that. Oh, right, we also need the weird pillars. Where do I put them? Put at the entrance? It didn't really match the feng shui of the room, but you know what? Whatever. Let's see. This is pretty much made for it. Yeah, that looks good. I have no idea exactly how a summoning chamber works. Let's see. We want to do Builderpedia rooms. Probably towards the bottom. Okay, room to perform a rite hated by Hargon and summon items from the ether. Certain residents will use the forbidden altar to make items. Well, I'm gonna stow all of the Malroth bits, and hopefully that'll be good enough. Okay. Let's see, put these back. Is there anything else that we need? Or is that pretty good? I think that's pretty good. Are we done? I don't know if we're done, but we can go turn in the quest. Blueprint looks like it still has a ways to go. They look confused about something. What are they missing? Spaceship bits, but I think I've made all they need, so they might just be confused for now. The summoning chamber is complete. This is most propitious? I don't know. All you have to do now is stick some of the Master of Destruction sloped off scraps into the storage bay. Yep. And we'll take care of the rest. May I ask you one question, dude? It's something that has plagued me since we first had first chance to meet. How, pray tell, did a human and a builder strike up a friendship with our master? I simply cannot wrap my head around it. You simply happened to meet each other and became friends. Neither of you knew he was the Master of Destruction at the time, and nor does it matter now that you do. What poppycock! I cannot believe what you claim. Heed my words, Builder. Creation and destruction are fundamentally irreconcilable forces. Sooner or later, the balances will tip, and one will extinguish the other. Okay. Take everything you want in your inventory before you leave. Oh, absolutely. Hey, dude! Construction of the Ark's going gooing jelly well, wouldn't you say? I'm sure it'll look superb once it's finished. Everyone's on board with the plans. If progress continues like it has so far... This is a big one! That tremor is an indication that our master's strength grows ever greater. He may only now be stirring from his long slumber, but his preparations for doomsday are already in full swing. Bleep, bleep, I estimate that doomsday will arrive when he has fully awoken. Dude, you're mates with the master, right? None of us have ever met him. Can you tell us what kind of bloke he is? Eh? He puts pumpkins on his head and dances. He likes flexing his muscles in front of half-naked miners. Do not take us for fools, dude. The Master of Destruction would never partake in such puerile pastimes. Bzz, pardon me, but the countdown timer for Doomsday is ticking. We must finish constructing the Ark. Dude, we need you to prepare all the necessary building materials. If you need more raw materials to make extra items, you must process the molted body parts of our master in the Forbidden Altar. Please bear in mind that each body part only produces certain materials. Try transforming different parts until you find the materials you need.
Hey, alright, Master. You heard the robot. It's time to resume construction of the Ark.
It would appear that the Ark's construction is proceeding apace. However, I still worry that Doomsday will strike before we're able to finish. Dude, would you ring the Builder's Bell once again so that its tremendous tinibulations entice more monsters to join us? I fear we're short-handed, short-clawed, and short-oozed. A larger crew would increase our chances of completing the Ark in time. It's the energy the others offer you that allows you to ring the bell so loud, yes? If you need more of it, pray aid our ailing allies, and do not lose sight of our ultimate goal. Okay, I still want to find that, that weapon in this chapter that everybody keeps telling me about not losing. Let's see. Where am I again? What's this area called? It's not Malroth Topia or anything silly like that. Malhalla. Okay, you need the second upgrade for the buggy. Okay, it's called the Thunderblade. I'm just gonna quickly look through this. Okay, so the answer is the Thunderblade is findable below deck on the tutorial ship. Huh. That's confusing. But you can also farm it later. Okay, well, one way or another, let me know when I get close to it. If I somehow miss it. But as long as we're on track, then I don't need to worry about it. So we got a lot of happiness points. I should probably just hit the bell first. Hey, we can level it up. Perfect. Yeah, building that kitchen is a good idea. For a lot of reasons. Oh, base level 2 max? It would have actually been kind of cool if there were rooms you could put on the ship and so on and so forth. Oh well. So citadel columns, glass windows, unholy altars, and the helm. Finally. That is not actually nearly as many as I was hoping for, but oh well. The sound of that bell gives me the wibbles. I can't speak for the others, but I want to build even more than ever before.
Did I spy a helm on that book of yours, dude? We can use that to steal the Ark.
And look, some more monsters must have heard the bell. They want to join us. They'll be jelly welcome. Bleep, dude. Initiate welcome procedure.
We heard this strange ringing sound took wing over here. What in the world are you lot doing here? You're a builder and this is your Ark. Well, knock me down with a feather. We'd better destroy it. Stand back. Wait just a second. Now listen here. We don't accept that sort of behavior on our Ark. Not when the construction is nearly complete. Why don't you join us instead? But the Children of Hargon said... Silence! There's no ifs or buts about it. Now hurry up and start building.
Dude is firm friends with the Master of Destruction. If you do not help, you will be exterminated.
God blimey, friends with the Master. That's quite a feather in your cap. Alright, we'll lend a hand.
A pair of gremlins and a gaggle of gargoyles join the crew of the Ark.
Hey, greetings, dude. The Ark is coming along nicely. It's all thanks to your supervisor, me. I tell you all this strenuous work makes the monster ravenous. Problem is, I don't know how to build a full stomach. But I do know who to ask. Can you construct a gory house so I can fill my grumbling tumbly? All the room needs is a meaty marshy mountain, a storage bay, and a brick barbecue. To make a meaty marshy mountain, first you need to rustle up gorgeous board from Vilevine, Manky Meat, and Frog Tooth. If you're struggling to find the ingredients, or you need me to remind you of the recipe, all you need to do is ask. Just make sure you build in the Ark. That way, after we escape, we can cook all sorts of food stuff. And food stuff and stuff are so silly.
Man, it is really hard to read somebody. Like, the act of me voice acting somebody with their tongue permanently stuck out is actually... It's hard reading that out loud. I'm doing very well, I'm surprised, but still. Meaty Marshy Mountain. Smorgasbord of slimy meats, only a monster could appreciate. Let's see. So we have the brick barbecue, yeah? Yeah. So we're pretty much, like, done with it. Conveniently enough. Whoops. Problem is, all these guys really like to stand directly on top of my crafting area. Oh, I guess I gotta make another one of these. Now, do I have to cook the smorgasbord first? I might have to cook it first. Oh, no, there it is. I have to make the smorgasbord. I got it. Okay, I'm gonna move this crafting bench out here. So they're not constantly just standing on top of it. Okay, so we need frog stools, vile vines, and manky meat. Oh, this should be doable. Place, cook. Let's see. Well, I guess we mostly just wait. I could cook the rest of this stuff, but I don't care. Liquid silver is Malrothium? Yeah, it looks like it. I think they just reused the asset. But yeah, it could be made out of... It could straight up just... Oh, we should probably talk to him. It could just be mercury. Anyway. Those tricks, dude. The Ark's really coming along now. Hey, it gives me a certain pride to know I helped build this. Saving us monsters is all well and good, but we're not the only life forms or dead forms around here that are hurtling towards oblivion. I want you to save the plant life, too. I might look like a bony old brute, but I'm actually a horticulturist at heart. If we had a creepy conservatory on the Ark, I could peruse plants to my heart's content. The local flora here is actually very interesting, I'll have you know. You can turn it into a hardy tucker. And it looks lovely to boot. Stick a storage bay in a room, along with 4 budding foxgloves and 2 blooming foxgloves. You've got yourself a creepy conservatory. You'll find the flowers growing on the cliffs nearby, so don't be bone idle. Nip out and pick some up. Well, that's easy enough. I'm just gonna make, like, 10 storage bays. They're by and far, my favorite looking chest in this entire game. Okay, now... I guess we'll use this other room, because I don't think we have much of a use for it. I was originally going to try and turn it into a sleeping chamber, but I don't think that's going to... Well, I don't think any of these monsters sleep anyway. Okay, so I have these. What? Let's see. I can move this around so it's not quite as cramped. I really wish I could place it on the floors or something. Because no matter what, this is gonna look weird. Well. Whatever. Plant.